Here trying to figure out this live situation on Riverside. I'm using this because it can stream to both, apparently to Twitch and YouTube. Um, don't really use Twitch too much, so if you're on Twitch and you see me, peace. More on YouTube because Twitch always seems to have issues, but YouTube's no better, when it comes to other stuff. Uh, I just wanted to highlight some things because I know that they had recently increased the watch time hours for YouTube. Um, I don't know why, because it seems like it's to fight AI slop, but it doesn't actually seem to help smaller creators. It's more to actually hurt smaller creators. I don't know. I apologize about the wind noise. Got a fan going on. It's warm at my house. Um, so if you're a small YouTube creator, they just moved the goalpost. It's not like you can't create anymore. It's not like the end of free creation yet or and right now. Because they could monetize it at some point, so you can only post if you pay, which everything's going down that rabbit hole of having to pay for everything. And yeah, so just if you're not aware, they used to have a requirement to get 4,000 watch time hours or 10 million shorts views. The watch time hours is specific to long videos, and the shorts views is obviously if you're watching a shorts or like a TikTok style video. But now it's doubled. It's 8,000 hours for long videos, and it's 20 million shorts views for those quick scrolls. Um, just gonna give you some of my thoughts on it. I was thinking about making a video, but I've figured, what, I'm just gonna go live with this. I don't have a lot of time right now. It's been difficult to just post, consistently. I have my full time job and got my family and everything. I'm not gonna give you my whole backstory about everything. You might have seen me on Retro Pioneers podcast. I've always kind of gone in on my whole, background a little bit on there. But yeah, anyways, my thoughts on this. I just wanted to share, like, this is gonna make it harder for us small tiny creators to make it, and it's only gonna be up to us to come out with better content. So it's a challenge that they're giving us. Not that we want one that we wanted, but we can't look at it as it's the end of times, because it is what it is. So yeah, I haven't been able to find my stride for creating content, and it's okay. I know I'm not where I want to be here, but I know at the same time there's nothing I can do that's gonna make it more of what people want than just actually posting things that people can get excited for. And if I'm just making stuff that's for me and it's not going to get, millions and millions of views, and that's okay. I'm not expecting that. I'm just expecting to share things that I think are, informative to me and maybe to some other people who are of the same interests, like-minded people, like you watching this video. And I appreciate you if you subscribed or you liked this video, especially because that definitely helps, the little things like that. But yeah, just the turning low effort AI slop that we keep seeing is gonna keep going and going and going. So AI, YouTube was just like, let's try to nip this in the bud, I guess, and just make it harder for smaller creators to get monetized. They should have a better system to figure out who's just throwing out that slop. Obviously, they're the ones who creating it, but they're just like, no, we're gonna create a problem and then create a solution to a problem that no one wants. And that's just kind of how AI's been going. It's just like a problem that no one asked for, and now it's like, well, we now need to create a solution for this problem that no one's asking for. And it's like, well, let's just keep making it harder for people to make things that are human and make it easier for the AI stuff. But yet it's not easy because AI stuff doesn't even really work that great. I've been using Claude and I've been using uh, Gemini. I stopped using ChatGPT because I don't know, it didn't really seem to work as well anymore. But I've heard it's had updates and stuff like that. I mostly switched to Gemini just because I have Google already and I wanted to use the cloud storage. So it was just kind of like mixed in with that. Like I don't have a separate AI account. It's just the standard one that comes with the storage. And then Claude, I decided to pick that one up or pick that up to subscribe to that one just so I can try it out. And it seems to work okay, but I don't know. I'm trying to have doubts if I want to continue, subscribing. Luckily, I only subscribed, once or twice, and I can choose to unsubscribe at any time. So it's not like I'm locked into anything. But yeah, it's this AI stuff is getting crazy. Um, and it's just like they're fighting this, and it's not really like any real end results that we can see. It's just kind of like, well, let's see how this ends up and how this pans out. No one really knows where we're gonna go with this. Everyone is kind of guessing towards it. It's like back in the early, 2000s, the late 90s. No one knew what the internet was gonna be like. No one knew that, in the year 2026, you know, we were gonna have everyone not really wanting to post content just to post it, to share. They do want to post it because they're trying to make money, revenue. And I posted this, I think in a Substack because I like reading, so I go on Substack to read a lot from creators. But this person was just like, people are changing their habits for posting and being on the internet and social media in general. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? That is true because a lot of people now, especially like in my friend groups, I don't think people are posting as much because they're thinking of, well, if I'm just posting this for free, why shouldn't I get paid for it? And it's also because we're not seeing any more money coming from our day jobs. So it's like, yeah, we want to get money from doing something else here. And we see people online making money. And you're like, well, it makes sense why I shouldn't be making money, right? Um, so it's thinking like that kind of has me in a whole different mindset of too, because I don't post like I used to. I used to post more for fun on my personal channels, but now it's more like I want to be posting out for everyone else, not to get money, but just to share things that I know that people want to see that aren't in my immediate friend group that might not necessarily have those same interests, or family. You might have those aunts or uncles who just don't care that you are a video gamer. They have no interest in video games, or maybe you're a painter or whatever it is. But it's all relative to what things you like to post. And right now with AI, it's just like I feel like more people are leaning towards that because it's just easier to go on a chat bot and a chat and just type in, "Hey, create this post for me," and then they just upload it. Or, "Hey, let me do this picture," and then they upload it. And then, or make this video. There's all these things that can just like make stuff without actually making it yourself. It's more like generated through other people. Like Twitch right now is under hot water because they're using people's information, not just information, but their like identity and like the way they look with AI, and that's not cool. They didn't opt into it, so you have to like opt out of it. It's like a setting. I guess I'm being used as AI. I didn't opt out of it. I found out about the setting, but I mean, at this point, even if you opt out of it, who's to say that someone can't find your live stream or your video and just upload it on there and still use it? There's no one saying that you can't do that right now. And it's it's one of those weird things. It's like I think it's not necessarily the worst thing that can happen because when you get yourself like if you're a small creator, let's say like me, and someone does it and then you blow up, maybe it'll help gain followers for you. But then it could be seen as bad if you're like, let's say a female or someone like that who they use it in a nefarious way where they're just using it to harm your likeness and cause you to do things or say things or act out things that are inappropriate, and it gives you a bad image, and it's not something you've actually done. It's weird. It's weird, like we're in this gray area with AI right now, and I'm not really sure where we're leading with it. I'm just kind of like documenting it as I see. You know, this is one of those moments where I'm like, okay, AI is definitely having a profound effect. If it's causing YouTube to change the game up, because YouTube doesn't just change the game up for nothing. They do it because there's things happening that require it. Like they were saying that this is supposedly going to help improve their platform quality. It just seems like like I said, it's a fix to a problem that they created because AI is, they're creating AI as much as they are trying to stop it. It's like a weird back and forth that they're going over. Um, and it's just thinking about all this while trying to make videos without being on a scale that's like ridiculous. Because honestly, unless if you're doing this as a full-time gig, and it's hard to say you should be doing that unless if you have the means to not work and earn money for a long time until someday you are able to monetize and then go through all the rabbit hole of all the different income streams, which I can point you to a million different people who are trying to share their growth and their income and everything. And I've seen it, and it's interesting to me because I don't need it as much as most people because I have a full-time career, where other people, this is their only thing that they're trying to do. And so this is like a lifeblood for them, lifeline. And if they don't have it, then obviously they're not going to eat, or they're not going to be able to afford their rent, and it goes way deeper. So I get it from that point when people get really frustrated with changes like this, especially if you're not able to create content that is able to gain the views and all the things that you're looking for when it comes to posting online and having sort of like a pseudo career with it. It's difficult. It's difficult for a lot of people. And then some people, it's not. They just do it because it's naturally what they would do anyways. And then they figured out a way to post. And then it's interesting to others. You take some people who are just like a naturally interesting person, and they can do mostly anything, and people will want to watch them. It's like that in real life. You got people who are just charismatic. There's people who walk around and people just want to be around them just because of their demeanor, their their mindset, just the way they are. And so I think creators forget this, that the real world sometimes has to take place on the digital side. And when they do these like videos, and sometimes they're really like automated sounding, sometimes they're really polished, and it can be really nice to look at sometimes, but other times it just feels like it's kind of like bland or like fake. I don't really like posting like that. It's hard for me to like want to script a whole video and just like read off a script. Yeah, I get some bullet points and I'll have like a good general idea of what I want to talk about. But when you see some videos and they're like chopped up so much and it's like super scripted, and it's like, no, that seems too generic. I mean, if it was like a corporate video or something, and even then, a corporate video, it has a purpose. It's meant for the people in the organization to gain that certain information. It's not meant to be like entertainment or something that gets a million billion views. Like, have you ever gone to a corporate website or a YouTube channel and you've seen how many subscribers or views and all that? They don't have many, and they're not looking for it though. They don't care, because whatever business they're in, that's what drives their revenue growth. They're not going to be like, oh, all of a sudden we're going to be a media company. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind it if they gained some money or extra income from it without having to do extra work or plan for it. But it's not their main focus or goal, and I think that's what some creators are losing sight of. uh, you need to have a focus or a goal with what your channel is going to do or be. If you're just going to be like a rant channel, because I know that's what a lot of people I think want. They just want to rant. They want to yap. You see like people out there, like, I don't even want to name big, personalities, we'll call them, or YouTubers, whatever, that they just sit there and they'll just have their like 2 cents on something. And then you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get what you're saying. Or I don't. And then you want to argue, or, you want to message people in the comments, and it gets to be like where they're not really doing anything special. They just know how to, talk about things, and then they get everyone involved with it, with the conversation, and that's more what they're doing than actually anything else. And it's not something that no one can do. It's just they've amassed a following, one, and two, they have a way of speaking about these topics that are very interesting. One, it's a very interesting topic, but two, they have an opinion that's they always have a good hot take on it. And it's hard to have a hot take, because some of us just want to have an even mindset when it comes to these things, because we're not all trying to stir the pot. Or maybe if we are trying to stir the pot, we're not trying to have the pot boiling over and spilling on us. Like, we're just stirring it a little bit. We're not trying to have it dump all the boiling water on us, and it's like, oh my god, this is burning, oh, this is the worst. And then you have all these people attacking you and whatnot. And I think that's part of why too, like, for me personally, why I don't post as much, because I get like those nasty comments once in a while, and it kind of puts me in a bad mood. Or not a bad mood, but like it kind of makes me sad, because it's like, you're attacking me, and yeah, I might have made a mistake on a video or on a post, and instead of informing me or educating me or trying to like improve the situation, you're just demeaning to my mental ability, or you're making me show like you're showing yourself as a I don't want to say a bad person. You're just showing yourself as someone who doesn't show care for others. And I know it's the internet. You don't have you have one subscriber or one person following you, and your name is like Super Jank 111, or I don't know, whatever stupid name it is, because it's not really ever a personal name like mine. Like, you know who I am. I'm not hiding who I am. It's someone who's definitely hiding online, or trying to, which there really is no hiding anymore, guys. If someone really wants to find you, they're gonna find you. more or less. You know, you can do a lot of things to mitigate it, but it's a really difficult now, especially with AI. I heard AI can crack a lot of things that we can't. I believe that. But anyways, I digress. This is all just AI talk. Chris doing his thing. Daygo Chris live on YouTube. Um, why not? Normally I play video games and I just upload my straight video game footage on there for my like PlayStation, because my PlayStation, I don't have a camera for it, and I'm not gonna buy a specialized camera for it, and or my Xbox, or I've been thinking about doing my Steam machine and streaming from there. Sorry if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my entertainment center, and I have all my consoles there. But the Steam machine doesn't really, it runs good, but it doesn't always run the best compared to like my consoles. So I don't enjoy playing it sometimes as much. It does offer those games that I can't get on my console, so there's that. Plus, sometimes I like to just like go on a PC on my TV and like watch YouTube videos. So it's nice like that. It's not necessary though. I have obviously, like, if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, you can do that as well on there. So it's just uh, like, what do they call it? Quality of life enhancements. That's all a Steam machine is for me. If you're someone who doesn't have a PC, sorry if I'm kind of going all over the places, having my thoughts kind of like scrambled here. I just started off on an AI video, but kind of going towards a Steam machine. But if you're still with me, appreciate you. And if there's anything else that I missed here, or something that you wanted to correct me on, please do in a formal, polite way. You don't have to be a jerk about it. Or if you want to be a jerk about it, just go ahead. I'm just might ignore you. But yeah, the Steam Machine, I would say, is a fun device. If it was a lowered price, if it came out like at the console prices pre increases, like I was hearing like it was going to be like around 700, and that was going to be higher than what they had hoped originally. But I think 700 would have been a nice like middle ground. But right now it's so much more, and unless if you absolutely want a Steam machine for the novelty, like honestly, the novelty of having a Steam machine is cool. The fact that you can make pretty much the same thing just in a bigger box, if not better, and possibly cheaper if you're able to source the different components. Which, if you go on like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, I use OfferUp. There's so many different ways of people who are selling their computer stuff at a discount because they bought it either brand new, or maybe they bought it used and then they don't need it. So that secondhand market will be your friend. I've seen some people on Threads, some of my friends on there, that built computers, pretty nice, setups, and didn't have to spend that much. Or if they did, they're like piecing it out, and they can plan out each part and then eventually build it all the way up. But that's if you actually want to do it yourself. That's a little bit more intensive. What I would recommend, honestly, if you're just in the market for a PC, and I don't know the pricing of stuff right now. I haven't really been looking into it recently, but when I bought my computer back in the pandemic, before the pandemic, my actual like gaming PC, I used one of those building sites, and they just kind of built the PC from each component, and that's one way. And then I did another one where I just bought a pre-built, and that pre-built's been good. It's just you can do. There's different options and different avenues to going towards gaming on a PC. And I will say gaming on a PC is better in 2026 than on console for one fact. Consoles have monopolies. Microsoft kind of is in a weird position because they're kind of like pseudo console, pseudo PC, because they're trying to push, because they have both platforms. So they're kind of like not a super, like a true monopoly, where Sony's PlayStation is, and they're obviously losing physical media. I don't know if you've heard about it. They're in 2028. They're no longer going to be producing discs for their games, and to me, it's like that makes sense, 100% why they would do that. For as a business, everything that they're doing, it makes sense. For consumers, for the people who are fans of the stuff, no, makes zero sense. They didn't give us an option for ownership. They haven't given us better digital ownership. I get it. If you want things to go digital, fine. There's ways of doing it that you make money and we don't feel like you're cheating us out of our money. Like, that was an agreement that we had as gamers, that yes, you're gonna buy stuff on video games, and you're not gonna. It's not like it's super valuable, right? Like, you can't eat a video game. If you really need to eat, You would sell your video game to eat. Like, that's the facts. I've been there where I didn't want to have to sell something that I had, but I needed to because I didn't need it to survive, but I needed to survive. So, and there's some of us out there that might be like that. I have a bunch of stuff right now. If tomorrow I say I lost my job, lost everything, I would sell every single gaming thing in a heartbeat. Not because I wanted to. Like, trust me, I do not want to lose it, but I know in my heart that it's not important. What's important is the things in front of me, like my family, my friends, my community, you guys. You're more important to me. But it's one of those things that you don't think of when you're just collecting and you're in the mindset of more and more and more. But yeah, that's going down towards that rabbit hole. I'm trying not to do right now. I want to just stick to these couple things with the AI and the Steam Machine. And I will say the Steam Machine is great for just quick game sessions though, because it does load really fast compared to like if you have a PC that has like an older hard drive. It loads really quickly. It turns my TV on, which is nice. Like I said, it's a nice novelty. It has quality of life things that are like nice to haves, but not necessary. You can do all the same things if you have a Windows PC. If you have a Mac PC, you can game on it, and you can even connect it to TVs. Right now, I'm currently using my MacBook, and this thing's a wonder for a lot of stuff. I will say though, Mac is more driven towards like creating stuff than like playing stuff, but I mean, it's an option there if you have newer hardware, especially like if you have like an M series chip. I used to have an Intel Mac. I actually bought the last Intel Mac in 2019, a MacBook Pro, and that thing was a beast of a machine, but it also like ran like one. It was so loud. And I recently upgraded to a MacBook Pro from this year, and it's like night and day, the M series chip. Obviously, having an M5 chip though, compared to an Intel chip from 2019 is like so long ago, but it still runs. That computer is still great for doing most things like that are internet based, and even some stuff that you want to do if you need the hardware. But yeah, anyways, yeah, you're hearing me talk about all these different things. It's because I love technology. I love video gaming. I don't particularly love AI. I know it's there and we have to have it because the oligarchs are forcing it on us, the tech oligarchs. And, I guess we have no choice because these companies are adopting it. We'll see. It's kind of working its way to seeing what AI can do for us. Maybe there's actual like real good application for it. It won't be like, oh, it's just taking from us, and it actually shows that it can improve society. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. It's 2026. It's August. Still like almost done with the year. We got like 4 more months. Um, Time flies though, man. AI has been making time fly even more. I remember during the pandemic, the time seemed to like slow down for me. I don't know about you guys out there, you girls, but it's been really flying by the last few years. Like I would say the pandemic to like 21 or 22 was like few slower years for me, and then like 23, 24, and then it just ramped up, and then like went like we're back in full swing like how I was pre-pandemic. Because I don't work remote anymore either. I used to work a remote job, and that was fine. I did that for almost 5 years, but I realized that working remote's fun, but it doesn't do well on your mental if you don't have a community that you can go to, if you don't have people who you can like confide in or talk to. And so if you're needing that person right now, I feel free to drop a comment and I will talk with you. If you need just guidance on anything, or if you have any questions, or should you just want to ask me how my day is, or you anything like that, and just we'll chop it up. Um, yeah, I want to build something here where I just have people who are like me who just want to sit on here and talk about gaming, talk about tech, talk about movies, talk about music. Shout out to Larry June. He's a really great rapper right now. Came out with the Heat new album. Um, yeah, it's just things that make me happy and excited is what I want to share on here. And I figure if that's all that I can do and nothing else happens from it, so be it. I'm not hurting no one. And if you like that, that's awesome. I feel like we should connect And you should drop a like and do all the things. I'm not gonna go into it all more than that. Um, and I hope that this mic is working out. As you can see, I bought one of these cheap Apple mics, which actually is really good because it just connects directly into my MacBook through the auxiliary cable, and it runs really good and it sounds pretty decent. And so I'm just like, what am I gonna do with all my other expensive gear? Should I keep using it, or should I just use this cheap one and see what's up with it? Anyways, my mind is kind of gone scrambled here. I'm not really where. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So aside from all this AI stuff screwing up YouTube and the watch time hours, what is the number one thing that's like a pain point? What is the number one thing that YouTube has you feeling like, you know what, they're not doing what I hoped they would? Like, is it your content not being searchable, or is it your content not getting any views after a set time? Because I know that for mine, it'll have like a spike of views like the first like day or two. I think they say that's because it's like looking for its audience or something, and then all of a sudden it drops, and then you have like no views. Sometimes you'll get like a video with 1,000 views, and then sometimes it'll go down to 0 views, or like not zero, but lower views, which those views are still people, which I still appreciate. And I have to remind myself too, because like you start seeing like the higher views, and I can only imagine the more thousands and thousands of views you get, the difference of your mindset has to shift. You have to think about how many people are actually watching this, how many people are actually real people, because sometimes I just think it's like bots, especially when it's like 50 views. I'm like, is that 50 bots that I have following me? So, and here's a side note: I get those like random people who like friend request me on my socials, and they're like clearly like a bot account from like Russia or China or something. They don't have any posts, and their name, everything's like generic English sounding. Sometimes they get better though at it. I mean, they use some AI or something to learn English. I'm not sure, but I had to like suss it out, because if you get those people who follow you, I feel like they're doing it for a nefarious reason. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to actually um, make it so that way I'm giving them free information. You got to be vigilant. You got to make sure that you're not just giving out things without asking questions or questioning it. Because if you do, that's when the hackers come in and they take away your stuff, or they take your account. I'm assuming that's the main way. I'm not sure if there's actually able to go into the actual website and create fake accounts on your behalf and just do stuff. I've seen people talk about it. Hey, what's up, Darren? This is my son, Darren. Say hello. Okay, don't say hello. What are you up to? You want to ask me something? I'm live on YouTube right now. Say hi, YouTube. All right, he's gonna hide. Anyways, this has been fun. I think he needs me to go make him some breakfast right now. Huh?
I don't have breakfast.
Oh, you not right now?
Grandma have make me breakfast.
Oh, your grandma's gonna make you some breakfast?
Grandma make me breakfast right now.
Oh yeah, she's gonna make you some breakfast right now. Okay, so should I stop this so we can eat some breakfast?
No, I have breakfast.
Oh, you already ate breakfast?
Yeah, I ate eating the tortilla.
You had some eggs and tortillas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And grapes.
And some grapes? Yeah, grapes are yummy.
And yogurt.
And yogurt? That sounds like a good breakfast. All right, well, I'm going to stop this because I'm getting hungry. He's making me hungry with this, talking about breakfast. But it's been fun. If you watch this video, I appreciate you again. I'm on a never-ending crusade to give appreciation and thanks to everyone, because everyone deserves it. Even if you've been a bad person, you might just need that encouragement to be a good person. That's all it takes, is just encouragement. So on to the next one. Love y'all.